Hey everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and in today's video we're going to be discussing how do you choose the right truck driving school for you. So if you're looking to get a CDL license, if you're looking to get a trucking license, one thing you have to understand, as of 2022, it's by law required that you have to go to an approved training provider, or otherwise known as a trucking school. So what makes the best CDL school for you? Well, I'm a little bit biased, but I'm going to try to keep my bias down as much as possible for this video so we can serve you as much as possible. I can tell you that in the past, we've actually been ranked the world's best truck driving school by a company called The World's Greatest. If you don't believe them, watch to the end of this video, and maybe we're not the best fit for you. You'll find out exactly why. So the first thing that you have to understand is when you're picking the school is going to be make sure that they actually are certified. There's a lot of schools out there that are federally certified, and they are not actually certified by the state itself. And the way they get around it is they tell the federal government saying, hey, we're a trucking company and we're training our own drivers. So and then they become a tutoring service to help you get a CDL license. Now, what I've seen in the past is people who go with them, and those are usually the cheaper options out there, they're actually going to go through the process. They might pass their CDL road test, they might fail, but the worst case is if they do pass, whether it's 1, 2, or 3 times of trying to pass the test, then all of a sudden that school gets shut down because of their illegal activities, because they were never a certified school itself. And then what winds up happening from there is everybody who actually got licensed from that school will actually get their license removed, and now you're going to have to come and get retested again. I've seen stuff like this happen for 1,400 people who went through one school, which means people who got their license 3 to 5 years ago had to get everything retested all over again, which is a pain in the butt. Because just think about if you went to go take your driving test again as a car, how many of you guys actually drive with 2 hands on the wheel? How many of you guys actually know all the rules that you needed to know when you were 16 or 17 years old? We develop bad habits over time, which means it's probably not going to be an easy test to pass, even if we were going to be retested with our car license itself, let alone having a CDL license test, which takes about 2.5 hours long to complete. So step number 1, no matter what it is, make sure that they are certified by the state. And the easiest thing to do is ask them, hey, are you certified by the state? And ask them for their license number. All of our Driving Academy locations are certified by the state, no matter which one you go to. You can check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. We're certified by both state government and also the federal government to make sure everything is good to go, which means if you get your license with us, you can be rest assured that you're not going to get retested and you're going to be able to have your license the rest of your life as long as you do what we ask you to do. Next thing that's going to be very important is going to be the flexibility, right? So a lot of schools have many different ways that they actually do the training. Some schools do training for classroom and yard, some just do classroom, some just do yard, so on and so forth. Here at Driving Academy, we can help you out no matter which part of the training that you need. So we have an entire, what we call our full course, which is classroom training and yard training for the permit and for the road test, right? And then we have what we call half courses, which means people who come in with their permit already, we can just get them ready for the actual yard training itself and get them ready for the road test. So we can be flexible there. But on top of that, what kind of training do they actually do at the school itself? Is it group training? Is it like a cohort type of training? What does that mean? A lot of schools operate almost like an actual school that you can think of where, hey, they have a start date on this day and you have to come in 8 hours a day for training for 4 to 5 weeks, sometimes 6, and all of a sudden you can't do anything else. That's your full-time commitment there. Now, the pros of that is you actually get everything done a lot faster. The cons is most people can't just afford to quit their job and go to school for 6 weeks and then try to find out how to pay their bills a month after, right? So here at Driving Academy, we try to be as flexible as possible. We're open up 7 days a week, which means you get to pick your own training schedule around your needs. Which means if you do want to come in full-time, you're more than happy to do that. We have some students who do that. But if you're like most people out there who are working a full-time job or a part-time job, you can't really afford to actually keep paying your bills, pay for school, and actually get things going and keep saving money. That's why we are super flexible there. Some of our students only come in 1 day a week at 4 hours per day. And the cool thing is you get to pick your training schedule, which means some weeks it can be 3 days a week, some weeks could be 1, some weeks could be 2, and so on and so forth. We're going to be here to service you no matter what location that you actually go to. Once you sign up with that location, you're able to kind of pick your own schedule itself. The other way that you can actually go is you're going to go with a mom-pop operation. And how that's going to work is they're going to usually give you 2 hours of training on the days that they're available. So they're going to be juggling a bunch of different students. They're going to be like, hey, yeah, we're going to give you 2 hours of training on this day. Are you available? Yes or no? And that's pretty much it. If you say no, they're just going to get pushed you back to the list and find somebody else who is available itself, right? So understanding you got group training, you're going to have kind of one-on-one training that's 2 days a week, which is 2 hours a week type of thing, or 2 hours a day. Then you're going to have the flexibility of Driving Academy in the middle. Depending on which way you want to go, depends on what school you can actually go to. The next thing that most people are going to be talking about is going to be how much money does it actually cost. So we already talked about a lot of the cheaper schools out there. You're either going to have non-certified schools who are kind of just trying to go underneath the radar to help people get their CDL license, and hopefully they don't get caught. And then you're going to have the schools who kind of start off with a lower offer. So I know a bunch of schools out there who will say, hey, yeah, we'll give you 8 hours of training for $1,000 as an example. But their mindset is, we know 8 hours of training is not going to be enough for you, so you're going to pay us $1,000. Then you're going to go for the road test, you're going to fail, and you're going to have to pay us another $1,000 for another 8 hours of training. And you're going to go through that cycle a couple times, and by the time you're done with them, you're probably going to wind up spending $4, $5, $6, $7, $8,000 with that one school, simply because you fell for the trap of, hey, yeah, let's just get a little bit now, a little bit later, a little bit more later, right? So you want to try to avoid that itself. Now, here at Driving Academy, pretty much our programs, we have programs that start off in the $2,500 range that go all the way up to like $11,000, depending on the package that you're looking for. Every location is going to be a little bit different on what programs they can specifically offer, because every state's going to have a different requirement on that. So make sure before you sign up with the location, you find out exactly which packages that you're looking for. But one of the cool, unique things about all of our locations is we offer guaranteed training courses. What does that mean? These are courses that are going to give you over 100 hours of training plus unlimited tries at the road test, which means you're going to keep going for the test until you pass at no extra cost to you. And that's an amazing thing, because unlike that option that I gave you guys before, which is, yeah, come in for 8 hours for $1,000 and then you're going to keep paying and keep paying and keep paying. Here you're going to pay one price. And once you pay that one price, that's it. You can keep going for the test as many times as you need to until you pass at no extra cost to you. Now, you might have to pay some state fees, which we're not responsible for, right? But other than that, any type of training or getting a vehicle there, we're going to cover that up until you get your license, to keep it super, super simple. Now, the next thing is going to be, okay, cost is one thing, but what kind of payment plans do I offer? Am I going to get approved for financing? What does that all that work out to be? A lot of schools out there, they either say, hey, pay in full or don't do it at all. So a lot of schools saying, hey, pay me half now, work out something else later. Some schools actually say, hey, go get this loan third party. The way Driving Academy does it, we try to simplify it for everybody. Everybody's approved for a payment plan. You can pay in full if you want. The benefit there is you're able to get in and out much faster. But if you can't pay in full, we fully understand. All you need to get started is just $500 down, and everyone qualifies for a payment plan. It's interest-free too, by the way. We'll work on an interest-free payment plan for the rest of the amount, and pretty much we'll say, okay, how long do you plan to come in for training? This is going to make sure that you're going to be here for, as an example, 10 weeks of training. We'll just make evenly payments throughout those 10 weeks and be super flexible. If you can't make the payment for that week, no big deal. You just don't train, and we tag it on to the end of the actual training itself. Everything does have to be paid in full before you finish your training, and that's how we're able to give you an interest-free payment plan with no credit checks, no background checks, or anything like that, right? So those are the main factors. And then probably the next factor that's most important for a lot of people is, hey, how am I going to find a job after? A lot of these companies don't offer any type of lifetime job placement or any job placement programs at all, and they usually don't have connections with different companies like we do. Here at Driving Academy, we offer lifetime job placement, which means we're here to help you out up until the day you die. So if you're looking to find work, we're here to help you. We can guide you whether you want to go local, regional, or over the road. We're here to help you. And then kind of like the cherry on top, one of the things that we do different here is kind of our training methodology. We've had over 10,000 students go through our program. We know exactly what works. So if you're somebody who actually just wants to come in, follow our process, and you can be successful knowing that, you're going to be good to go. As an example, one of our training techniques is going to be using our state-of-the-art driving simulators, like you see right over here, which most schools don't even offer. If you're a student who wants to kind of go in and do everything on their own and kind of demand things and all that stuff, then we're probably not the best option for you. We understand that, hey, we've trained so many students and we know exactly what's going to work. If you just lower the ego and follow our process, you should be good to go. If you're somebody who takes charge and wants to do everything their way and doesn't want to listen to anybody, probably not going to be the best student, and you're not going to be happy here. So it's just better we part ways from the beginning. So we've pretty much given you all the different things that actually go through people's minds when it comes to picking the right school. Probably the only other thing that I would add is the school certified third-party tester or is not certified third-party tester. And the only other difference there is going to be, do you have to take the test at a DMV, or can the school actually give you the test? So some of our locations here at Driving Academy are third-party testers. Some of them are not third-party testers, depending on the state and depending on the regulations. So if you want to find a location near you, check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. I hope to get you on your road to freedom, because that's our mission, to help 1 million people just like you get themselves on the road to freedom with their CDL license. And freedom to us means that you have the options to get what you want in the future. So getting yourself a valuable skill like having a CDL license, there's an 80,000 driver shortage right now in this country alone, which means you can make a lot of money fulfilling a need out there that the economy actually needs. So check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.